welcome back. For many of us, it may be a short week with the 4th of July holiday falling on a Saturday. But regardless if you have a 4-day work week or not, maybe you're thinking about those 4th of July recipes. And here's one item that you might not necessarily think of that can go in recipes. I'm talking about beef jerky. And I'm so glad to welcome in our first guest with Chops Beef Jerky, Candace. Already people are like, what? Beef jerky and recipes? How is this something we didn't know about before?
I don't know. It must be America's biggest secret that you guys have yet to discover, but I'm glad that I'm here to share that with you. So we have 2 recipes that we're going to be sharing with you guys today. Number 1 is going to actually be a Top Drops favorite, founded by Dusty, who is actually the founder of our company. It is protein-enriched, which we know is super important. It's going to be with chickpea macaroni and with our beef jerky, obviously including more protein. We're also going to have charcuterie boards, which is great. In this season, we definitely need to make sure that we're utilizing everything in our households and that we can do custom-made little meals individually for our families, because we know, even though sharing is caring, not really in the Corona season. So the first thing I want to show you guys is our macaroni and cheese recipe. The first thing you want to do is to prepare a 3-quart dish. You're going to take 1 teaspoon of butter and you're going to grease that up nicely and just set it to the side. We would be cooking on the stove, but for time purposes, we won't be doing that today. You'll take your 2 tablespoons of butter. You're going to melt it in a medium saucepan on medium heat. And once you get that melted, we're going to add in our flour, making sure that we're continuing to stir to get a nice consistency. Then the trick, which I'm no chef, so if it's not perfect, don't be upset, but you're going to pour in your milk very slowly, continuing to whisk it so you get a nice, smooth consistency, avoiding all of those clumps. We're going to allow that to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until we get a nice thick consistency. Then you're going to turn off your heat, adding in your pepper as well as your cheeses. Once your cheeses are nice and melted, then you're going to have, voila, I did that so quickly, magically, right?
We're going to television.
Yes. We're going to mix this into our macaroni. Again, chickpea macaroni, because we want to get that protein. So pour that in. Now, macaroni and cheese is such a wonderful meal only because it's very comforting. And I think in this season that we're in, we're looking for that comfort. Especially, it's a favorite for kids. And I know a lot of my grown-ups who don't want to grow up. Macaroni and cheese is something we're forever going to love.
You know, Candace, it's a kind of a staple in our house. And the funny thing is, though, and I love, because I know where we're obviously going with this, so many times you think of mac and cheese, but you have to have like that meat side item to go with it. That's where you're kind of doing it all in one, which is even better for mac and cheese.
Absolutely. And I'm a single mom, so I look for dishes that are quick and easy on the go. I can reheat them. I don't have to use them again. And I'm definitely into the fit lifestyle. And our beef jerky is so wonderful that you really can pair it with anything for that extra component. So once we've added our cheese sauce, we are going to take a special ingredient, our Greek yogurt, another great protein source, and we're going to pour that into our mixture. And I'm going to do my best because I'm no professional, okay? Don't judge me.
Hey, you are looking much more professional than I ever will.
So we're going to get that yogurt in there nice and well blended. Now, at this point, when we're finished getting this all together, we would then put it into our baking dish and we would pop it into our oven that was preheated at 375 degrees. And this mixture would sit for 15 to 20 minutes. And how can I forget the best ingredient? You got to send your Top Chops Beef Jerky. So sweet and spicy, which is one of our favorites. You're going to mix that in. Finely chopped, which I've prepared.
And so okay, is this after cooking or pre-cooking? Do you put the beef jerky?
That is going to be the fairy dust that goes in. Right? It's the oven.
I like the fairy dust. Speaking of fairy dust, we have under a minute left. I like, if you're entertaining, I want to be able to have fairy dust to make it easy. And I'm looking at your charcuterie boards there. And how do you make those easy? Because they always look great, but they can be very intimidating.
So this is where you can impress your guest and anybody that's coming over, because 4th of July is going to be not our typical traditional thing. Take whatever you have in the kitchen. I'm avoid going to the grocery stores. I'm avoid going out. You can pair it with meats, cheese, fruit, special dips. We have all kinds of goodies on here, and any of the flavors: original, sweet and spicy, teriyaki, or red chili pepper. And you can customize them for your family. If your kids like certain things, put crackers, goldfish, whatever you like. You can't go wrong, and it's always going to be very impressive.
Good stuff. Candace, thank you so much for being with us today. What a good tip. Beef jerky, more than just road trips, right? Take care, okay?
Thank you so much for having us.